tatta dhim ta takita dhim ta tam.
Hello there, welcome to my channel. This is Padma, and on this channel I share with you information and practices from ancient goddess traditions from my culture, which is India. And welcome to the times of Shiva. Yes, we are living in times of the emergence of Shiva, that most beautiful of states of being, of consciousness. And the special thing about Shiva is that mental consciousness, the divine manifestation of our mental consciousness. It is that part of our minds that yearns for the goddess, that actually remembers the goddess, and that yearns for her and pines to return to her. And all we need to do is to just come into that yearning, and that is the divine manifestation of our mental consciousness. And the reason why I say it is the time of Shiva is because we're living in times of very strong mental energies, and I'm sure that many of you must be feeling this. We live in times where it feels as if all of our efforts to mentally control reality is, it's reaching its limits. And then what happens is that the mind actually intensifies. It intensifies its behaviours of domination and control and division and conflict and competition, separation. So in these times, right in the middle of all of this chaos, is this beautiful opportunity to harness the powers of the mind. And one of its greatest powers is desire. The mind is actually drenched in desire. And if we can turn that desire towards the goddess, that is all we need to do to come into that more expansive, more divine manifestation of the mental consciousness. Turning towards the goddess is the dance of Shiva. In fact, I always think of Shiva as the body of the goddess, the language of the goddess, because Shiva's body holds the goddess presence and also the expression of the goddess as dance. So let me share this simple practice with you, and I do hope that in these times it offers you a way of moving your energies rather than resisting it or falling into it, to actually move it into its more expansive and more divine manifestation. So this is a mantra of Shiva, and I'm going to embody this mantra. I will post the details of the mantra in the details section, so you can actually look at it and use it when you practice. So this is called the Mrityunjaya mantra, and some of you may be familiar with this mantra. It literally means victory over death. But death is not what we think about death. It is actually liberation from time, which is the biggest paradigm of the mind. But as I explain the verse, I will tell you a little bit more about this. So the first line of the verse is Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, which means we invoke the three-eyed deity. Shiva has got three eyes, and the ancient forms of the goddess also had three eyes. So you can see the body of the goddess and the body of Shiva. And for this, we use the archetypal movement of Shiva, which is the linga, beautifully embraced by the goddess's yoni. So Shiva's linga and goddess's yoni. So this is both the goddess and the Shiva. This is the dancing body. And you can see how the embrace is with such intimacy, desire, passion, and tenderness. So this is Shiva, the three-eyed one. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, which means may the fragrance nourish, enrich, enhance our expansion, our expansive consciousness. So from the constriction, may the fragrance, and the fragrance of course is the attribute of the Mooladhara, which is the goddess realm, the yoni. And so it is the fragrance of the goddess, the fragrance of the depths, the fragrance of the most intimate of your own body. So may that, so how do you expand? By coming into the intimacy of your own body. So sugandhim pushtivardhanam. Urva rukamiva bandhanat. So just like ripe vegetables, here it's the cucumber. So just like ripe vegetables fall off the creepers, may our bandhana is something that constricts us. And these are all the paradigms of the mind that constrict us, like control, mastery, competition, comparison. See, these are all things that contract us from that expansion which is always within us, which is our primeval nature. So may, just by expanding our consciousness through the sugandhim pushtivardhanam, may these fall away. We don't need to go and brutally pluck them out one by one. All we need to do is to transform, is to return to the scent of our own essence, the goddess essence, and then these will fall away by themselves. Sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarikamiva bandhanat mrityur mokshiya mamritat. So here's the line: mrityu, death. So may we be liberated from death, which, as I said, is about time. So the minute you expand beyond the mind, you come to the present. You are in intensity, in the passion of presence, where there is no time. The time is always of the past, because we have these stories and behaviors which are not even our own, which we have inherited through thousands of years. And when we come into the presence, everything is new, everything is fresh, everything is flowing, everything is moving, everything is dynamic. And that is moksha, that is the liberation from that constriction of time into the expansiveness of eternity. So join me in this practice, and you can say these lines with me. So we drop into our lower body from our hips downwards, connect to the earth, drop the weight into the feet, open the feet and connect to the earth. Loosen up those hips. I am wearing shoes today. Normally I don't. I tried to record a couple of times without shoes, and there are lots of ants around. So I thought, I did clear out a bit of space, and I thought I'm just going to have to use shoes for this one. So Om Trayambakam Yajamahe. So you see, sometimes they flow away from each other, and then they flow back into each other in that embrace. And this is also in the stories about Siva and the goddess. You know, they pine for each other. The goddess, our goddess consciousness, pines for us. And our mental consciousness, when it is in that Shiva state of being, pines to unite with the goddess. And you know, it is inevitable that they might flow away, but it is also inevitable that they will come back in the embrace. We just need to remember the embrace, remember the union. Not in the mind, in the body. The body knows. The body has already this memory. It's a very ancient memory, like our connection to earth, which is also the union. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim, the scent, Pushtivardhanam. So don't worry about what is the smell, trying to name it, identify it. Just smell. It's the most intimate of sensations. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Allow yourself to be lost in that scent. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Then we drop, we want to feel the weight, so we drop into the weight in the feet. So you feel how the minute you connect with that, it falls away. It just falls away. Urvarukamiva bandhanat. From everywhere, from the head, from the heart, may all those shackles fall away. Urvarukamiva bandhanat. And then we are free to flow. Mrityur. And where does the flow come? Not from the front, where we keep looking all the time, but so you twist the body and feel that movement holds a lot. It's grounded. You twist, so it's not linear. It's very non-linear. It's where you don't expect. That connection is not where you expect. It's at the sides, that place of infinite possibilities. And eternity will come to you. You don't need to go out and grasp. The minute you die to time, eternity, just like the waves of the sea, will come and envelop you. Mrityur mokshiya mamritat. So once we just do the whole thing together. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe. Trayambakam Yajamahe. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Urvarukamiva bandhanat. Urvarukamiva bandhanat. Mrityur mokshiya mamritat. Mrityur mokshiya mamritat. Thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful, beautiful mantra. I've been doing this a lot these days, and it really brings me to a sense of calm, spaciousness, a sense of reassurance that we are in good hands. As a friend of mine said to me, the universe is in good hands. And the presence of Shiva is very generous, compassionate, and passionate. And it really reminds us that all we need to do is to turn that desire that we have in our minds. It's such an ancient thing of the mind, and we just turn it towards something that is also very ancient in us, and that is our goddess consciousness. And when we do that, that is Shiva. That is the emergence of Shiva. Thank you again. I look forward to your company again on this channel.